Hello, and welcome back to our Providence homestead. My name's Julie, and you're in my kitchen. Today is day 16 of the 91-day Declutter Challenge. Today's activity is to declutter the pantry. So each shelf in your pantry, you need to remove those items. If you have a flat surface, go ahead and clean that surface. For many of us, we have wire shelves, as do I. So other than just looking to see if there's any garbage or any trash left behind by maybe an onion peel or something like that, then usually the wire shelving stay pretty clean. But it's a good time to go through your items in your pantry. Of course, look for anything that is expired or past its best by date. And you can either throw them in the garbage or look for a charity that may take foods that are past its best by date. There are some out there that help feed the homeless that will utilize those foods. There's been a lot of research done as far as whether the foods are still good if it's past its best by date. Some are saying that it's good for a year, some 2 years. You need to make that determination for yourself and your family. What foods you feel comfortable eating past the best by date. Another thing is to look through your pantry and find any items that maybe you purchased 2 or 3 cans of it and your family let you know and you decided on your own that it's not to your liking or your family's liking and they're just sitting there. So now's a good time to gather up those items and definitely donate those to a local food bank or food pantry. Sometimes churches will take those if they have a pantry closet. Sometimes even schools will take them to help their students and their students' families. Many high schools in our area also do that. They have clothes closets, they have pantry closets, just to supplement their own food at home, or maybe they are living in hotels or whatever the case may be. But instead of throwing away food that may not be to your family or your liking, there's somebody out there who could actually need those foods as opposed to it going in the garbage. So just think about that. And I know in our area, once a year, there is the Boy Scouts that go around and collect food. So that's another option as well. But if you don't want to hang on to it till that happens or that doesn't occur in your area, then local churches or food banks will gladly take items that are still sealed, still in good dates, that kind of thing. And of course, there's always trash in the pantry that we don't even think about. Maybe it's that loaf of bread where there's a few slices left and it's gotten pushed back because the new loaf comes in and it just gets further pushed back to the back of that section where you have your bread. That happens to us on occasion. And also it's a good time to sweep and vacuum the floors, but just so, like I said, onion peels, dirt from potatoes, just everything that just life throws at us sometimes ends up on the floor of your pantry. Trying to think if there's any other hints I could give you. Just think of everything in your pantry is foods that you eat, items you use, like we keep paper plates in there just in the case that maybe we have someone working out in the yard or cutting down a tree, or we've had people building our special project, which we're going to share in a couple of weeks, and we offer them a sandwich or something like that. So I put it on a piece of a paper plate, send it out there to them, and that way I'm not having to keep up with dishes and they're not having to worry if something gets broken. They can get fed, but yet still dispose of what the sandwich was on, kind of thing. So let's get started, and I'll show you after when we get done. and hopefully it'll look much better. Okay, we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so welcome back to our Providence homestead. Again, my name's Julie, and the day is 16 of the Declutter Challenge. Today we were decluttering our pantry, and surprisingly enough, I mean, we've only been in our home for 6 months, but there were items that were past their best by date. There were items that, although the date was good, it had been opened, and when I tried them, they just didn't taste good. So I went ahead and threw those out instead of taking up that room in the pantry. Also, what I found was there was multiple items of the same item, like coconut flakes. Usually those are only good, you use those for the holidays or special cakes. Now I have two, so I've got to be creative to use those up. So that's what happens when our pantries get cluttered or just messy, and it's time to make up a grocery list, and we can't find something, so we go ahead and we order it anyway, and then come to find out we have 2, 3, sometimes even more. So that's something to kind of watch for and be mindful when you're making out your grocery list. If you have a decluttered and clean and organized pantry, it makes grocery shopping a lot easier, or making up your grocery list. Also, a lot of our items in our pantry are from Azure Standard. It's a grocery system that you purchase items online, and they get delivered to a spot in your community once a month. A lot of those foods are organic. That's where I buy all my organic canned goods, sugars, flours, those kind of things, to make a better choice for my family of having a higher quality product, because it's either difficult to find those items in the stores, the usual box stores, or they are so overly priced that you can't afford to purchase those. So it's like it's a grocery store. It's also like a Costco or something like that, in that you can buy quantity and in bulk, and that helps you save money as well. So this is one pantry. I do have a backup pantry that I keep some of my canned goods in, and that's in the laundry room. So I did not choose to do that today. In fact, some of the things that were in this pantry, I put in that pantry, just because I pull from that on a weekly basis to keep the one in the kitchen full. And then when I go to do my grocery orders, either the local stores or when I go to do my Azure Standard order, I can go there and see what I'm getting low on, and it helps to keep me a little bit more organized. When I get my Azure Standard order next month, I'll try and bring that to you so you can kind of see what kind of items come from that. Okay, so I'm going to turn you around. I did take before pictures. I'll take after pictures, and you can kind of see the difference. But not a lot came out, but I feel like it was better organized for me at this time. Okay, I have to say that this is probably one of the smallest pantries I've ever had. We don't use a lot of processed foods, but there's a couple. Pancake mix. I've tried making pancake mix from scratch, but my daughter just does not like that. Those are all my canned goods, again, organic from Azure Standard. The pastas, other tomato products, peanut butter, that kind of thing. And those are all my teas. And then we have down to the floor. Let me go slowly back up. I do have some room up here at the top, but I just can't reach it very well. Of course, having multiple people in a household, there's always those chips. Everybody has their favorites. And that's all my honey. I love honey and different flavors of honey, with the orange blossom, gallbladder, berry, or wildflower, all that good stuff. Those are all my flowers and bread. And snacks and all my sugars, the oils that we use, and then onions. I did add this piece here to hold my potatoes. It makes it a little more crowded in here, but I didn't have any other way to store my potatoes away from the onions. So that's it. Pantry's done. And it took about an hour. I would say that when I first did this, I actually had my daughter helping me, and she was much quicker, and she loves doing closets and pantries like this that may have foods that are expired or things that need to be gone through. But she was busy with what's the surprise out in the field. So this is it. I hope you had a great day, and let you see the garbage. So not too bad, just one bag, and some of that is the bags the potatoes came in or the onions came in, that kind of thing. So it's all done. Again, you know, when you go through these decluttering processes, whether it be a pantry, cabinets, drawers, closets, anything like this, one thing I want to remind you is it's going to look worse before it looks better. If you would have seen the kitchen here as I was pulling everything out to put on top of the counters, it was a horrid mess. But I knew in the end it was going to be paying off as I put things in places that would be better served for it to be, and only kept in this pantry what we use on a weekly basis. It made it a little bit easier. So hard decisions, but good decisions in the end. So I hope you've enjoyed today. Again, I'll take pictures so you can kind of compare before and after. Not much difference, but every little bit helps. I'm glad to have it organized a little bit better to help me when I'm grocery shopping, either locally, farm markets. We have those in our area. It's kind of an off season right now for certain items, but in the spring, it will pick back up using Azure Standard. And again, I will try and remember to put that in the description, and using the local box stores for certain items like the water, that kind of thing. We do have a Berkey that we use for our drinking water, making our coffee, using it in cooking, that kind of thing. But sometimes it's good to have the bottled water in our circumstance, because if we lose electricity, we lose our well water because the pump won't be able to function. So it's always important for us to have water on hand just in case something like that happens. Or again, we have workers on the homestead, and we like to provide them water so to keep them hydrated and keep them safe. Okay, so that's it. So I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Be blessed. Don't forget to hit the like button and share this video, and get your friends involved in decluttering their homes, and do it as a challenge together. Challenge each other. So we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.